Amy, hello, love.
Oh, so interesting how what you say is so in alignment with what's been up this last week or so. Um, the the human has been very forward this week, which is fine. It's all fine. Um, but I've noticed a very different relationship with reactivity. And reactivity, so the reactivity comes, but the person used to say, "Oh my God, you're an asshole for feeling that way," right? And now it instead what happens is I guess the human thinks, "Oh, there's something that I need to look at. That's showing me some place where I am not um, free, that I'm not liberated. That's showing me the place." And so the same thing happened with I've been had some body issues this the last few days. And instead of going, "Oh my God, I'm sick," or "Oh, this is really horrible," I'm looking at that again as the body has got something that it's telling me that I need to look at that is up for me. And so I just kind of dive in. In both instances, I'll dive in and go, "Okay, what is there to, what is there? Is there any action to take or what?" There's sometimes action to take. There's sometimes just noticing. But that's what's been up for the last several days, and it seems really similar to what you were talking or
Right.
related to. Yes.
Yeah. The um, the openness to change is important. It's not that we can do anything because there, uh, but we need to do. But we can encourage is what I've always said. We can encourage things, and that's kind of and what that is. That's a bow to the paradox that we are everything, we are nothing, or there's no Fred, but there's something playing this role. So and what I found is that my willingness to do, I mean, it is certainly not just money. It's just, if Betsy and I are eating, it's she's going to push the last piece or the big piece of cake in my direction. And and I don't know how she does that. I mean, I have I have tried to, in my mind, I've tried to do that, but thank God when she did it first. Um, it's in all sorts of little things and little ways. Um, I am willing to be changed. That's the best way I
Mm.
can put it. I didn't. I didn't change on my own because uh, there's just there is that paradox where there's no one here, but it
I,
feels like you do.
yeah, although I guess I know, I guess I know. Um, I feel like the body is a really interesting tool um, that when some reactivity comes up, it lives somewhere in the body.
Hmm.
And so that's the piece that I've been getting curious about. Oh, what is it? Where is it? What is it? How does it feel? And that does shift things often. Um, in any case, I love that I'm no longer berating myself and judging myself for having that reaction. So that's a really big shift that's happened for me.
You can't when you can't not do what you're doing, right?
Yeah,
And you
right.
can see usually afterwards that, well, maybe this, and the way I always do it, because it seems to be the least judgmental, is I can notice if something bears repeating or doesn't. And I'll note that with just that little, gee, that doesn't look like bears repeating. And that
mm,
way it's not a big swat at myself at the conditioning here. But it's an acknowledgement that a little change there wouldn't hurt anything.
mm,
Um, the What I find that this body is more generous, so to speak, uh, than I am. A little bit, in other words, it will commit to stuff.
yeah.
And yeah, you got it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then I'm hung, right? The It's the way that it feels. Yeah, 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 we'll do that. And the it doesn't and the body does it and the mind is resistant.
Hmm.
And it doesn't, I'm not resistant enough that it's not going to follow through. But and I don't think that that's a bad thing, because I think that's kind of like sandpaper, and it's just sanding down the rough edges here. And there's a lot
Mm,
of rough edges here.
mm,
Uh, uh, but it's not like it's not like it used to be. Not
right.
big, big, big things, right? It's sanding. It's not getting out a wood chisel. And the and I really have a deep gratitude for the fact that this is occurring, because obviously it is beyond my power,
Mm,
but it's not beyond my wishes, because sometimes you would think my wishes, since my wishes are positive, that my actions uh, automatically would be, but the thoughts are not the same thing as the body's conditioning.
yeah.
And so the body goes to move and the mind can just allow. It can allow the body to go through without stopping it halfway, without any stutter, just moving smoothly. And that allowance really comes from my relaxation
Mhm.
over, yes, this is let's do this change. Let's okay, have at it is really a better way to put it.
Mm,
So
yeah.
it's a slow process, but
Yes.
it's better than no process.
Yeah. Mm. Thank
Anything
you.
else, Amy?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.